Start.
Okay, this is a simple explanation on about how to draw an ellipse convincingly. And the important thing to know is that it's all to do with perspective. And perspective is an optical illusion, and it's to do with the way we see things. If you look down on the top of somebody's head, they have two eyes and their field of vision is expanding. Because we have an expanding field of vision, the object that's close to our eye occupies a bigger part of our field of vision. The same object, a distance away, occupies much less of the field of vision. We perceive that as objects closer to us being bigger and objects further away being smaller. And that's basically what perspective is all about. Things that go into the distance appear to get smaller, and parallel lines, as they go to the distance, appear to get closer together. That's perspective. If you imagine a square, and you split it into four, and you use the centre as the point for a compass, your circle will touch there, it'll touch there, it'll touch there, and it'll touch there. So that's your circle. If you were to turn this square horizontally, let's imagine it's a cube. So here's your square, and because it's a cube, it's going to the distance, and those rules of perspective apply. So the far side of the square is there, the next square to it, the lines seem closer because they're going into the distance. The further they go to the distance, the closer they get. So if we split this cube into four, the circle touches all four sides. But if we cut it into four on the top side, because the lines are getting closer together as they go to the distance, the dividing line will be closer to the back than the front. And of course, the centre line runs through the middle. And the ellipse will touch there, it'll touch there, it'll touch here, and it'll touch here. So your ellipse will look like that. And the important thing about ellipses, or the two important things are, there are no points, and the back of the ellipse is always smaller than the front of the ellipse. It has to be, because of the rules of perspective, because things going into the distance, parallel lines are getting closer together, and because your straight edges go to the distance, but the circle will touch those sides in that way. So an ellipse always has to be, so an ellipse will always be bigger in the front than in the back. It has to be, if it's drawn correctly. And that's because parallel lines get closer together as they go to the distance. So if we draw the square again, this distance from there to there will be closer than this distance from here to here, and because lines going to the distance go together, the ellipses will get smaller as they go to the distance, but they'll always be bigger in the front than in the back, and the sides never have points. So if you see an ellipse that looks like this, it's charming, but it's not correct. Can't be. It just can't be, because it defies the laws of physics.